All right, so we are getting back here again for another entry into our little story we had. Um, and what are they? They had just left. Oh yeah, we had just left him off as they had stumbled upon Blackheart. Oh, that was a good bit of story there. I think we'll go right back into it at that point.
Dear Diary, it's me again, Doric. These past couple weeks have been filled with travel. Lots of adventure with Theo and Guy. Both of them have been pretty interesting people to learn about as we've been traveling. On our most recent adventure, we've been protecting a caravan as we traveled to Madad. I found some half-plate armor that may be able to be salvaged. But other than that, it was a pretty simple trip as far as I could tell. Outside of that, we arrived at Madad and discovered the city to be colored in different zones filled with various goblins as we traveled through. We spent our time looking for a blacksmith to see if he could do something with his half-plate armor, and a local led us to, well, let's just say it was an establishment of ill repute.
Ill repute, huh? So, okay. So, as I had said, we had just left off with Doric opening the door, looking inside, and turning around and walking away. Probably red in the face.
Oh, definitely. Nope, I'm not going in there.
Now hold on, holy man. Hold on a second. This may not be a blacksmith, but it might be a little bit more fun.
Are you even old enough to go in there?
Have you not heard what I've been through in my life? If I wanted to go in there, I'd go in there.
To a bar?
If that's your prerogative, you two go in there. Have fun. I'll sit out here and wait for y'all. Maybe I'll see what else we can find in this town.
I'm not really in the mood for drinking just yet. It's not even noon.
Right.
You know, one of the images popped in my head.
What?
You don't even want to know. We should just move on. Just move on.
Yeah, do not slander.
Theo reaches in the door, grabs a price sheet. I might be back later. Points at the bouncer.
There's no price sheet.
If you have to ask how much it is, you can afford it.
Exactly.
Now hold on a second. There's always a list of different things and how much they charge for each thing.
Nope, not among the
Oh
goblins.
God.
I feel like if you ask, the answer's always how much you got.
Probably.
How much you willing to pay?
Double it. Will you pay this much, or will you double it and pass it on to the next person?
I was just about to make that joke.
Anyway, speaking of passing, let's pass on this part of the story. Where the hell's the blacksmith?
So you guys can all give a perception check. Sure, you don't really hear the sounds of battle anymore. You're not close enough to where that's a concern. You don't hear people running around anymore.
Ugh, 11.
12.
I forgot how loud the dice were on Forge. Oh boy, or Foundry. $16, nice. All right. Yeah. So let's see. All right, so as you all are standing here, you actually all are able to hear it. Theo hears it first, and then it kind of, then Guy would hear it, and then Dork would hear it. Off in the distance, it sounds like a few blocks away down the street. You hear the, it wasn't my mic stand actually, but it was, I need to figure out where I'm going to roll my dice. I need to move stuff around my desk. Moving problems. But no, so you would hear off in the distance the sound of metal striking metal. From a few streets down. It's not the kind of swords on swords. It's the very much the hammer on some metal with the anvil, like they're working steel.
Okay. So not the clinking of battle.
No, more of that clanging of working metal.
Do y'all hear that? Where's that coming from? That sounds like a forge to me.
Yeah, I say, Theo, you have the best inkling as to kind of where it's coming from.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's coming from the south, a few blocks away.
It looks to be from that direction. He kind of points in that general direction.
And this sound is just kind of hitting you guys just over the din of a busy marketplace.
Well, let's head that way. I'll stand up and kind of half drag the plate armor behind me as I go, since I'm encumbered. Lead the way.
Theo picks up the half plate for you. Don't drag armor.
I still love the idea of him dragging his armor through the city the entire time.
That's how I've envisioned it. This whole time it's just being dragged behind me.
Leave it on trail.
Yes, there's a very clear trail behind me going. And it left a trail of mud going up to the door of the Black Heart and then immediately turning back around. So there's just this nice little mud loop on their front step.
If anyone asked, they did not need my holy light.
Oh, jeez. Just sit there, that's fine. Move this out of there. Alright. So, you are heading down the street, and as you kind of walk along, you'll hear the different noises of a marketplace. There's hawkers trying to sell goods in a very clipped language that none of you fully understand for the most part. There's also the occasional person who's yelling in different languages. There's a few vendors that are yelling in common language, so you can understand them. But there's the goblin, there's Orcish, some dwarven. It's like a miscellaneous exchange of different languages. You hear a human yelling about how they have some salted meats to sell.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which might give a couple of you some PTSD.
True.
Yeah, so as you travel along, you start getting closer. You start hearing it clearer now over the din of the marketplace. And you approach this stall that has a couple of the little goblins. They're working on some metal. It looks like there's two of them that are currently holding down this chest plate, and the other one is working the metal, trying to form it around the shape it needs to be formed around. Typically, you see these some kind of mechanism to hold stuff down. It's literally these two goblins holding this down as another one hits it with a hammer. So it's they are the mechanism of this stage. And you would notice that underneath where they're shaping this chest plate, there's another goblin who's waiting underneath of it. And then you'll see when it's all done, he'll hit the inside of the armor to pop it loose out of the framework.
Man, that is teamwork right there.
Oi, any of you speak common or dwarf?
so grumpy. Just so grumpy, so gruff. No manners at all. So one of the goblins, you hear one of them say something in Goblin. The others laugh a little bit, and then one will step forward and I speak common.
So I found this. Tell me what you can about it. Kind of pass the half mail over to him, or not half mail, half plate over to him.
So the goblin will, kind of throw it up on this little table. He'll kind of look it over and say, "Yeah, did you deliver the killing blow, or did you find it this way?"
I found it this way.
Oh, that means less trade. That means less trade value. You don't have story to go with it.
I mean, it is what it is.
So he's kind of poking around this armor, kind of looking at it, and well, it seems heraldry's very old. Do not recognize it, though. It does seem like it might be a bit more than just your common plate, but in this state, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, it's got some magic on it. I could tell that at the very least. How much would it cost to fix it up?
Oh, to fix it without getting a heavy investigation, I think to put a safe number on it, you're looking at least 3 gold to get it back into shape. But it also needs to be resized if you plan to wear it. It's a little big for you. Might fit your big friend there. And he points over at Theo.
I'm gonna look over at Theo. You interested in it?
I don't do plate mail. Sorry.
How much would you give me in trade for it?
In this state, I give you 1 gold.
Don't have a lot of experience in armor. Theo, do you know anything about that kind of stuff? Is he trying to rob me or what?
Hey,
Honestly, the fact that he offered a gold for broken armor is pretty generous.
hey, I have a question. Can I roll society to see if he's trying to grift us?
Sure.
Ooh, that's a good thought.
I also have bananas diplomacy. Nat 2024.
Dang.
All right. So you can tell that the number he's giving you, he's basing it on it being magical, but without knowing the nature of the magic, he's definitely kind of lowballing, but you also don't know the nature of the magic, so.
There's good and bad on that.
Because if all you know, it could be cursed.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Did one of us try casting Detect Magic last time we recorded?
Yes, and all it does, it doesn't give you specifics. It just lets you know that there's.
Oh, right. This is Pathfinder Detect Magic. You
Yeah.
gotta pay premium for that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to identify it.
That takes a whole lot
Uh-huh.
more. I'll sell it to you for a gold and 5 silver.
Gold, 5 silver. I say gold and 2.
Done. And just hand it over to him.
I wanted to help negotiate and be like 3. That's not how negotiating works. All right, fine, 5.
I'm just tired of carrying the big thing around. So I'm gonna remove it. Delete my half plate there. Yay, I'm not encumbered. And we said 1 gold and 2 silver.
Yep, 1 gold, 2 silver.
And then the whole endeavor be like, fine. You twisted my arm. 1 gold, take it or leave it.
So, while I've got your ear, besides that, is there a good place for us to stay the night here?
Well, close by here, Blackheart's.
I knew he was gonna say that. Just throw my hands up in exasperation and walk away.
And you'd hear the other 3 goblins will start laughing amongst themselves.
Well, they don't want to stay there. Are there any other taverns or inns in the area?
Not in Redland.
Red land?
Yeah, see the roofs?
Looks at the roofs.
Where red, safe for outsider. I would not go to yellow.
What? What about green?
Yellow.
It has to do with
Oh,
their
green.
different-
Do not go to
It
green.
has to do with their different factions, correct?
Yes, different families own different areas.
Oh, how do yellow and green treat outsiders?
Oh, green kill you on sight.
Oh,
They can try.
Yeah, yellow might for you, little one. They might castrate you for fun.
Wasn't there a 4th color?
There's a bunch of other
Oh,
colors.
okay.
There's a blue. There's like a black.
but like the big 3 are green, yellow, and red.
Those are the ones that are closest to this area.
You know, usually, when you think of colors, green's usually a safe one. A little bit backwards.
Don't argue with the goblins.
I'm not arguing. I'm just stating an observation.
Wasn't the yellow where we saw the explosion in the tower?
Yeah.
There was a gang fight up there, yeah.
I don't remember that. I thought the caravan leader said they never change, and then we saw the fracas. He's willfully choosing to ignore that so far. But the fracas was just down the street a bit with the red and the yellow, I think.
We gotta go south out of the city anyway, so can we just camp in the woods?
Oh, you go south?
Yeah.
You want to go around city?
Around the city.
What color is between us and the outskirts?
So if you go dead south out of this area, you go through the green territory and then into the red territory. Or sorry, not the red, the black territory.
So-
You're in the red.
So the reason we don't want to go straight through is the 2 places that the guy just said don't go there.
Well, he said don't go to yellow and green. He didn't say anything about black.
All right, what about the other colors?
Yeah, don't bother with them. They're too far away. Don't need to concern myself.
Fair enough.
No, red safe for outsider. Others not so safe.
Now my question is, do any of the other factions have magic users?
Oh yes, many.
We're going around the city.
Now hold on. What do you got against magic users?
I can't do anything about them. I have a shield and an axe.
Have you tried just being magic?
Have you ever heard the concept of bad juju?
Oh, Juju, fun goblin. Not bad.
I'm very lost in more than just directionality.
Juju, I did not know was a name in Goblin language. That's good to know. It is a saying from my old country where bad feeling, it's a gut feeling, like a bad thing's about to happen.
I thought it was those candies you put on a ice cream sometimes.
Those are sprinkles.
No,
Jujubes.
I'm thinking jujubes. Yeah. There's an extra letter in there.
Oh, Juju doesn't like beans.
How far
right,
away?
well-
Do you know about the tower to the south, down in Swallows?
Oh, big scary tower. Don't like.
Yeah. How far away is it from here?
How fast do you move?
Not
They're
fast.
slow.
Well, I'm faster than the slightly taller fella, and then the even taller fella moves faster than me.
So I say if you move like Goblin, you're looking at about 4-day walk through woods
That's not bad.
if you don't get lost.
So Dio's are doing some like mental math, counting on his fingers.
Or don't find elves. Elves don't like outsider either.
So who does like outsiders?
I should be fine with the elves.
Are you sure?
The elves why Juju don't like beans.
I don't particularly care
Wait,
for them.
I got a question.
Eh,
Is your name Juju?
No.
Okay.
Does
'Cause that
Juju
would clear
work
a
here?
bunch of stuff up.
No, Juju work over at outside edge of Red City.
I was about to
I
say,
thought
if you
this was
said the
going to go
black
back to the
heart,
Black Heart again.
I thoroughly expected Juju to work at the Black Heart. To be
I was very
the tavern
joke.
keeper.
No, Juju is Juju hunter. Last time Juju went out hunting with beans, Juju ended up losing eye.
Ooh.
Beans got too close to elves.
Beans is another. Okay, Beans is another goblin.
He looks at you like you're stupid.
Is there a place where I could buy?
Who else would he be?
Is there a place around here where I could buy a big dog or a pony?
What about one of them rats we saw earlier?
Oh no! No one sold those to you.
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty sure
dog
that's like
or
a
pony or the
cultural
rat?
appropriation thing.
The big attack dog. You have to raise them or they will kill you.
They're super
The
adorable.
scary looking ones, the ones that look like they've been working out a lot.
They're not scary. They're cute.
See,
All right. Well, I don't
I like this
disagree, but if it's not yours, I assume it would be scary.
Oh no! If it with master that raised it very pleasant. If it not with master, or they bad.
Okay,
Or if master
okay,
tell
well,
it to
It
attack.
sounds
they
like
very-
about-
you need to find a puppy guy. Or a breeder.
Right. Well, like not that kind. Like you ever seen like a
he's looking
Great
for a
Dane?
mastiff.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to ride one? Yeah, I would not ride one.
Does Beans not like dogs?
Oh, beans is fine with dogs. Just I would not ride one. They might eat your beans.
All right, are we talking about the goblin, or are we talking about?
Oh god, this is a
Fred,
horrible matchup. A long-winded farmer and a goblin.
Now, what about a pony?
We don't sell pony here. Why we sell pony? They only good for eating.
Do you sell any pre-food ponies?
No, they good for eating.
Theo's just gonna like shake his head and start looking at the weapons. He's like, I'm not dealing with this.
You have no sense in head.
No, I keep my sense in my pocket.
That explained much.
See, two of us can speak confusingly. Wow.
Explain much that you have no sense in head.
All right. Well, we're getting real close to copyright speaking right here.
You want my weapon while you're here, or you want to just waste time?
You got any one-handed longswords, or
Oh God, I'm waiting for him to say "go fish" to answer.
or
the question.
maybe a two-handed axe?
I think for you, we might have one-handed weapons. You
that's
kind of
fair.
big hands.
That's valid. How about spear? Spears?
Have some spears, and he's gonna kind of motion towards the side, like the side of this little stall area, and they'd be spears for your companions. They're definitely too short for you.
Like
They'd be
javelins?
closer to like a basically like a javelin.
Well then,
All their weapons are goblin sized.
that's fair. That's why he was looking at him, because goblin weapons are ridiculously insane. But like, maybe he would luck out.
He gets some like hatchets or like a short sword or something, but he's not going to find a long sword here.
Read axe.
You'd have to
and
get one
great
special
sword.
made.
How about
Goblin.
trade for trade? An orcish dagger.
Okay, what you trade?
Sets his dagger on the counter for one of your goblin hatchets.
Ooh, orc dagger, and he's gonna grab it and kind of look at it a little bit, and then he'll yell to the group of goblins that's kind of laughing at your conversation. He'll yell at one of them, and you'll see one of them approach. You'll hear him yell a bunch of. You're not sure what he says exactly, but he does. But the other goblin walks up, starts looking over this dagger. And like flipping around, kind of looking at the edges, very closely inspecting this dagger. And he's just kind of waiting for the other goblin to give him an opinion here. Then the goblin starts talking again in their language, and the shopkeeper he's kind of nodding a little bit. He says, "We can trade for hatchet, as you call axe."
Yeah,
Like I said,
trade for trade. His hands over. He sets the. Theo does his nod. So yeah, let's do it.
So he's gonna grab one of the larger of the axes off the back wall there and give it to you.
All right. Sets it in the dagger holster. There we go. It's all small.
Right. So, do we want to stay here or go out of the city? And head south. Start heading south. Unless you want to go look for another dog guy.
I think you're just mad that I'll be even faster than you.
Piss off.
Just, let's go. Before y'all hurt yourselves, let's go. It's a pleasure doing business with you, my little friend. Until next time.
Well, pleasure doing business, not friend, but good business.
Goodbye, Beans.
It's not.
He looks at you like you're stupid.
I think that might just be his default face, let's be honest. You know, goblins are so judgmental.
Goblins are fun.
Weird sensibilities and cute pets. But that could be said about a lot of people. Oh my gosh,
They're not
look at my
pets, they're
cute
they're
pet.
beasts
That's
of
a
war.
12-foot long python. It is impressive. I don't know about cute.
Alright, so
We just-
you guys are going to leave the city and go camp out in the
We
woods?
just lost all of our snake pet owner listeners, and I'm very
Nice.
sorry.
That's
I'm okay with that.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm all for walking around the city, especially since there was stuff blowing up in the yellow zone.
Does that mean that most of the other caravans that come in to trade also have to go around the city if they want to go past it?
Or maybe they have deals with other districts, or they come in at different districts.
Yep.
It's all about connections and money.
Because you've only heard of the you've only heard what goes on in the yellow and the green and the red.
Yeah.
There's black, there's white, there's blue. There's a bunch of other districts that you haven't been in.
Couldn't we potentially ask one of the other traders in the city that is also an outsider?
You could.
Is that something we want to do?
I'd rather just leave and go around and camp out in the woods.
All right. Well, I can't be the only one to find food this time. You hear?
I'll just eat rations. I'm okay.
Alright, so you're going to head out of the city. So as you head out of the city, give me another perception check as you're starting to go around like the flank of that red, making sure you stay out of the other districts that you're told to stay out of.
Ooh, Theo got a critical 26.
Nice.
I'm rocking
We're gonna
8. So that is a nat 1 plus 7.
I got a 15.
So we have a natural 20, a natural 1, and
I just
15.
feel so good to not be carrying that half
natural
plate
20.
around. I'm not paying attention to anything.
A natural 20, a natural 1, and a dirty 15.
Yeah. Fun rolls there. So, Theo, you definitely spot these. So as you pass you keep a wide berth around the green section of the city. You would notice that as you're kind of walking over there, some of the goblins will kind of glare at you all as you are walking by, but as long as you stay away from them and you don't approach, they ignore you. And then behind the green area, you are able to now see their orange roofs. And in this orange area, and this is where Theo would see it first, there are these flowers outside this orange area that have an array of colors to them. And as you kind of walk closer, you kind of walk to where you're standing kind of in front of them, you all will feel this effect where it suddenly feels like your hair is kind of standing up on your like the hair at the back of your neck kind of stands up. You kind of feel like you're buzzing a little bit. Like everything just feels energized.
Is this like the opposite effect of when we were by the tower?
I feel so better without that armor to lug around.
Theo would recognize this from back when the airship exploded, wouldn't he?
You would actually recognize this from when you were abducted, because it's the same feeling.
I don't like that. Got bad juju feelings here, guys.
Keep using that.
And Guy, you would recognize these flowers as the flowers that amplify magic.
Oh, the opposite of the reduction of magic. These are what? Steroids?
Yeah, they're amplifiers, so they make magic more powerful.
I know what I said. I know we're talking about some magic poppy seeds.
Ooh, magic poppy seed I like.
Some performance-enhancing drugs.
Actually, I think magic poppy seed would be the negative, because poppy seeds are like opium's a downer, not an upper.
Correct. This is magic coca.
Yeah, so you just kind of feel this sort of magical energy amplification sort of feeling around you as you're walking by this district.
I just think it's because I don't have that armor to lug around and I'm not encumbered anymore. I don't get it.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't walk too close to these. We might explode.
What? It's a
I
flower.
don't have any magic items on me.
Yeah, but you're walking next to two magic type folk.
Takes 2 steps to one side. No, I'm not.
Takes 2 steps. Well, objectively takes 3 steps closer.
Oh, jeez. So you can walk past there. You'd actually see a lot more of goblins in robes in this area of the city. You'd also, with more goblins in robes, you see more smoke, as in stuff is on fire as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Goblins do like their fires.
Magic side effects, remember? Magic's all wonky.
oh yeah.
Goblins do like their fire too. So
There's actually a goblin stat block in here for a goblin pyro.
Obviously,
Like I
that's
said.
the yellow gang.
like I said. Alright, so those are mages. Although, looks at their robes, looks at his companions. How come the goblins have better robes than y'all?
I left my good robes back when I got stabbed.
I think I'm still wearing the desert gear that we got from Cat.
How come the goblins have better armor than you do?
Because I didn't
Why don't
make
you think
mine.
about that?
Touche.
It's because mine's not stolen.
Well, maybe you should think about that.
All right, so you kind of pass past there, and you start heading into the woods themselves. So the trees, as you start walking in here, they're very large. They're like these very large, like the very tall, like a more like a maple forest. There's a nice smell to it too. That's not really maple.
Red
It's more south.
Like red oaks and
red oak, I
spruce?
think.
Yeah.
Yes. Mixing my trees all up. So you start heading into this foresty area. And once you get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, and you kind of get away from the houses there that are all the different colored roofs, you start actually spotting a few houses out here that don't have they don't have the same kind of roofs that they have in that city. There's more like a natural feel to these roofs, or like this looks like they might be from the tree branches and stuff to make the roof material themselves. They're not like that roof tile. And you would notice there are some people around this area that there's mixture of goblins, there's mixture of a couple other races, and it seems like all the goblins, based on the outfits they're wearing, they have no like family color from the city itself.
Ah, my fellow orphans.
Maybe they just don't feel like advertising their affiliation.
Have you
probably
met
orphans.
a goblin before?
Yeah, today.
They're very proud of their colors.
I was very proud of that one potato I found that was shaped just like a dragon.
That
So
sounds
you're the
far-fetched.
dragon potato guy?
Yeah.
The
Possible.
old
that
man who
had-
taught
in this-
me told me about you.
Yeah, sold it at the city, and some fancy folk came and bought it.
How does a potato look like a dragon?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of dragons. Maybe dragons just inherently look like potatoes.
A potato-shaped dragon.
My mental image of dragons is drastically shifted, and I feel like I need to take some psychic damage because of it. Because now I just picture fire-breathing potatoes.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, like russet potatoes with little red potato arms and legs, and
Let's be real.
flames
This
shooting
is straight
out.
up a Pokemon. Tex, you might have to cut that out. That name might be copyrighted.
You're fine. Continue.
Now these roaring potatoes.
They're a lot less scary if you think about them as a potato.
I don't know, or maybe that makes potatoes more fearsome.
You know they're a superfood.
I ain't never seen a potato fly. Well, I did once. But that was on account of my ma chucking it at my younger brother. He was playing with the tinderbox again by the hay bales.
I think chucking a potato at your kid might be child abuse.
It was in the general
could be kinda
direction,
heavy.
and he was about to set the whole dang place on fire.
I'm just saying, potatoes can be kind of heavy.
Well, she didn't have her sandal at hand. She is a master. She is proficient in boomerang shoe. In fact, she's expertly trained.
All right.
That's a Pathfinder joke.
So, I'm assuming 4 days away, we can't see the tower from the woods.
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe we could if we were taller than 3.5 feet tall.
True.
I can't see the tower either. Don't feel bad.
Can he see the tower? Part of me wishes.
Guys, get on his shoulders.
Not happening.
You know, you realize, Doric, if we ever need to slap a taller person, I may have to get on your shoulders to get on their level and give them the what for.
It's a whole new version of get on my level.
I'll hit them high, you hit them low. Deal?
I think we have a plan. I've heard there's other creatures that will do that. But I think we need a trench coat.
Looks conspiratorially over at Theodore, just in case. You never know when you're going to need to give him the old 1-2.
If our past battles have amounted to anything, I don't think I have anything to worry about.
I don't know. He does have the Club of Forgotten Knowledge. Just don't be a rat and you'll be fine, probably.
Very
or
true.
a scorpion.
No, it was not good against scorpions.
Well,
Nope.
that's because there was 2 of them. If there's 1 scorpion,
Yeah.
forget about it.
All right, so I need you guys to please roll for me a perception check.
Perception.
I had a feeling that's what was coming.
As you enter into the forest away from the houses,
Hey.
the forest starts to close in as you're walking now. So, you did see right at the entrance of the forest, there's a bunch of the little houses kind of scattered around. But then as you get deeper in, the houses go away, and now it's just raw forest. The trail fades off into just the grass and the dirt below the tree level. All the miscellaneous tree, branches and stuff that have fallen off. And it starts to become much more of that nature walk sort of environment.
What time of
Perception
day
for
is it?
Theo is a 25.
I got 15 again.
Time of day, you're not quite to high noon.
Oh, so it's still early. Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 23.
I got 15 again.
Nice. All right, so you all would spot, after a little while here in the woods, you would end up spotting, you hear the noise of it, and you can kind of see it off to the side a little bit. You would spot a bear.
What color is the bear?
It is a black bear.
Okay.
Have I ever seen a black bear?
Like in real life or in the game?
Like yeah, in the game.
Okay.
Probably not in the game, to be truly honest.
Wait, did I roll high enough to see the bear?
You all rolled high enough to see the bear.
Have
They're not
I
very
seen a
That's
black
not
bear
good.
before?
I'd say you have probably seen black bears because you're from the north. They're pretty common in the woods.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question and get a stupid answer. Do I know anybody who's ridden a black bear?
Oh my god.
And lived to tell the tale?
Okay, that give me a. We're gonna go with a roll.
It's got to be a
some kind
history
here.
check. Is there history?
Can I
don't
do
have one of
society?
those. I think
Cultism.
Occultism.
They don't have it.
I
They
think
don't
that
have
would put-
history on Pathfinder.
No, they don't.
I think that would be a society.
Yeah.
Nice combined society roll.
21.
So you do remember one person from your village who did ride a bear successfully and was alive. However, they did not keep their armor.
But did they get to keep the bear?
No.
I
So
also
this-
could have argued that this was a survival check.
It would be to attempt to ride one, not to know about somebody who did.
There's no animal handling either. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in farming though.
That is not a domesticated animal.
Theo
Yeah.
Theo holds on to his axe by the hilt a little bit, and it's like we should steer clear of that.
I'm going to hesitantly go ahead and like unsheath. Like, I guess I'll go ahead and just have a weapon ready, but still try to sneak past, quietly sneak around the bear, avoiding it.
Has the bear noticed us?
Yes. So as you're
that's-
kind of approaching, you guys start talking about what you're going to do with this bear, like how to get around it. You see the bear looks up and it is going to run off.
Well, that solves that problem. I don't
Dude,
think we should camp anywhere there's been a bear, though. So we need
Or
to
at
keep
least-
traveling.
Or at least not with food.
Yeah.
How much do I know about black bears?
So I'd say you know enough. The common knowledge of black bears is typically black bears are very cowardly when it comes towards interactions with people. But if it's a matter of hunger, they can be some of the fiercest predators on the planet.
Or babies.
Yeah, or
I mean, that
babies.
just goes without saying. You don't get between an animal and his child. At least not the ones that actually care for their children.
Yes.
I guess that rules out bears and gators.
It does not rule out bears. If it's a mama bear, they will mess you up.
No. I meant like bears and gators are the only two that come to the top of my mind.
Oh, well, there's others,
Some
but
birds.
I have not. No.
All right. Leave the bears alone. And definitely need to watch in shifts tonight.
All right. Well,
I would say you would all know that you do not want to have any food within any kind of easy access with bears around. Because black bears are very good at finding their way into things.
I'd also propose that we make slightly regular noise to let the bears know we're here. You don't want to scare them the wrong way. You want to scare them the right way.
Also, with this going on, I'm going to cast guidance on my other two companions here, given that there's a bear around, which gives them a +1 stat bonus on one attack roll, one perception roll, a saving throw, or a skill check for the next hour. It's a cantrip.
Right.
So please give me an Arcana check.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I didn't know my actions have consequences.
Oh. This is gonna...
When will you learn?
Gonna suck.
Oh. 6?
Oh.
So your cantrip does work.
Yeah, I do it twice.
So I need you to do another
Okay.
one.
Oh no. This is
Oh, that's
exactly
better.
how the dragon potato came to be.
Then.
Okay, a 6
Yeah,
and a
so,
17.
The second one is easier than the first one to cast.
Okay.
Don't try the third time. You might explode.
I'm just gonna roll like danger. I'll be like, okay, and I'm not gonna tempt fate. I'll survive, but they both have +1 on all those.
Is it only once, or is it?
It says granted target on a +1 status bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check,
I see.
savings throw, or skill check that they attack before that the target attempts before the duration ends. So I guess I'll do Theo first, and I kind of wince as it hurts a little bit, and then still power through and hit Guy with the second one. I'm like, oh well, that wasn't that bad, and it lasts for an hour.
Right.
Should have done it when we were near the flowers and seen what happened.
Boom.
Boom.
That's where all the smoke came from.
Dork popcorn.
Not very nutritional.
I am not a potato.
Doric is not
No,
a superfood
not a superfood.
confirmed. In case we ever run into a hungry super creature, we can let them know you don't want to eat Doric. He's not nutritious.
Yep. Alright, so I guess we continue to head southwards. Or away from which direction did the bear run off?
So it would have headed off towards the west.
Okay.
Was that bear a druid? It legally has to tell us if it's a druid. Yes, it is, in the law I made up in my head.
Didn't say a whole lot.
Theo, unless otherwise instructed or asked by the other two, would continue south until it got dark.
I'll follow him.
By the way, that question is me, Jacob, not Guy. That is for the listeners, that is a joke I regularly make because it's very funny to me.
Alright, so you are heading through the woods, and you'll find a nice little clearing in the next spot here. Give me a survival checks as you're trying to find a clearing.
Oh,
Survival. Huh?
You're trying to find a place to camp out, a nice spot that's going to have clearing for you to use, maybe somewhere you can set up a fire, etc.
21.
What is wrong with the dice bot?
Mine was okay.
It just yeah, it was just fine for Doric. I don't know what's going on there.
Mine's just all over the place.
No, we got the same number.
Yeah, mine's been high and low.
Yeah, I've been high and low. It's actually felt random today.
So what happens when we talk smack
All right.
about it? It has to fix itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your druid rule.
Uh,
So as you kind of look around this little spot here, you spot there's one spot looking to be a pretty good campsite, but as you kind of look around, you realize that it's on a lower area, so there'd be something could be up above you, and then you find one that's got a nice berm to shield from the wind, and it has open enough area that you could light a fire and kind of have a comfortable camping spot. So that's probably where you're going to want to set down.
That sounds good.
You notice there's actually a spot in the middle where somebody lit a fire. It looks, judging by the sort of like overgrowth over it, it looks like has been a very long time since they've been here. But there's like an old fire area that's been kind of partially dug out, so you could really easily dig that back out again to put a fire.
Any
in
sign of
and light up.
creatures, scat, tracks, etc., scratchings on trees?
No. So that was part of this check
Okay.
here for Doric there. You realize this area here, anything that looks like it would have been traveled here before by any kind of creature, person, whatever, looks like nothing's visited this place in at least a week.
Okay. Well, I think this is a good place for us to camp for the night, guys. Guys.
All right. As always, I'll take last watch.
I just
Worked
got
good.
your joke.
I'll take the first again, I guess.
Poor guy has to take a watch in the middle of the night.
Why do you keep putting the... I can't see in the dark.
Neither can I.
That's a valid point. I will accept the second since I can. I'll do that. I'll take second then. That makes sense. There's a logic to that. I'll do that.
All right, so I'm going to do watches a little differently here. I'm going to go headphones off for anybody who's not currently on watch, and I'll rotate you all out.
Okay. All right.
So who's first and who's third?
You're first.
All right.
All right. I'm off.
What's on second?
So it's you, then Doric, and then Theo. So we have we have Guy on first watch. And my cat has gotten into some catnip, so she's freaking out right now.
Mine was trying to eat some roses.
Nice. So, give me first your perception check, please.
All right. Let's see how this actually goes this time. 21.
21. As you are taking your watch, you'd hear, once everybody falls asleep, you'd hear your ancestor there will kind of clear his throat.
Yeah. What's up?
Well,
G-Paw?
I guess that's better than the others so far.
You didn't like Gwamps?
No, I did not like it at all. You know, we've been watched ever since we entered the deeper forest, right?
No?
Figured as much.
Why didn't you speak up earlier?
I thought you realized. You didn't hear the trees move.
I heard the trees move. I assumed that was the wind.
Did you hear the? And he mimics a like a bird whistle, but it's not quite a natural bird whistle.
Maybe I was more paying attention to the bear. I'd like to keep on my limbs.
Well, if you were any kind of decent, you'd be able to handle yourself against a bear.
Well, I probably could, but that doesn't excuse any surprise attacks from a bear.
Fair enough. But no, somebody's been watching us. They've been hanging to the trees.
Could it be an elf?
It's possibly. They've said it's an elven forest here.
Hey, how come you never taught me Elvish?
Why would I teach you that?
I don't know. What languages do you know?
Huh? Elvish, of course. Draconic. Probably one of my favorites.
Right, well, maybe if we get some free time, you could teach me some words in those languages.
If you prove yourself, I'll think about it.
I mean, the alternative is if they come up, I have to bother you the whole time.
That's correct, but you also have to bother me to teach you.
Yeah, but I'd propose that it's one or as many times as it takes to learn it, as opposed to every time it comes up.
Like I said, if you prove yourself, I'll consider it. Just be mindful that somebody's been watching us this entire time.
All right. Well, I might call upon you if they don't speak common.
That's fair. I can't hear everything, you know.
You can or cannot.
I can.
You can. All the time?
Yes.
That's probably fine.
Mind your P's and Q's.
I hope you don't mind my P or my Q.
The face of the elf is expressionless. The little ghost of the elf is just expressionless.
It's because of the ghost, face palming doesn't make quite the satisfying sound. Well, I hope you at least have the decency to look away when I'm on the loo. Don't be weird, G-Paw.
I definitely try to avoid that.
Alright, as you should. Thank you for letting me know that people are watching, though. Or maybe not people, probably people.
These woods look a little different.
Well, you've been gone for a long time. And woods tend to do that.
That is fair. I do remember planting many of these trees.
Are you a part of reforestation? Or was there no trees here to begin with?
Mostly no trees. We wanted to shelter this land for my people, so we made a forest up here next to the tower. And the forest has grown pretty significantly.
Was there a group of elves here back in your day?
There's actually, I believe, 2 different tribes of us.
Do you know who the family names of those in charge? Because that might come in handy.
We didn't really have families in charge. We're more of a elected council of leadership.
Right, but if there's any distant relatives that might be an in.
Yes, but they probably wouldn't trust you with their family names. You don't exactly go giving those out willy-nilly to everyone.
Is it like Fey rules?
It's more just elven custom.
Right. That's not very polite of you. I suppose the custom would be you give a name and then you get one in return. Unless they are a Fey, you give them a fake name.
Thank you, computer, for yelling in my ears that that update is ready to go. So, I'll just kind of shake his head a little bit, and I'd keep an eye out, especially over that direction. He's going to kind of point to a group of trees to the southwest.
I look towards the trees to the southwest.
You see nothing
I see some trees.
out of the ordinary. You see trees, nothing out of the ordinary. And we'll switch gears to...
Wait, one more action. I'd like to do that, like,
Okay.
the pointing at eyes and then pointing towards the trees, like I'm watching you. Like, if they could see me, is that a performance?
I mean, it's a moot point.
Alright.
But you could roll performance if you want.
Just, like, to really...
Or intimidation, whatever you want to roll.
No. Performance. I have
it is
proficiency.
It is an action of things, so you could definitely roll a performance, diplomacy,
That's a
intimidation.
It's 21. I want to sell the
Sweet.
fact that I am at least aware that somebody is in that area, and if they see me, I want them to know that I'm aware.
Okay. You think your meaning has come across correctly.
All right.
All right, so I'll grab Doric, and then you will switch gears. So we'll have you go wake up Doric once he gets in the chat.
Hey,
All right.
wake up.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm awake.
Are you? How
Yeah.
many fingers am I holding up?
Do I count your thumb?
Only on the left hand. I'm holding up my right hand.
3.
Yeah, you're awake enough. Hey, just so you know, I think we've been being watched this whole time, and I have been made aware that I should keep an eye over yonder, and I point towards the trees mentioned before.
So he points to a group of trees to the southwest of the clearing.
But if the people were there, I did sign that I maybe was aware that they were there, so they could have moved since then, or not.
What kind of could you tell anything about them?
Judging by the information we were given, it might be elves.
What do you mean information you were given?
Remember when we were talking to the in the city? They said that elves live down here.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you talked at him and heard something. I got you. Okay. All right. You get your rest. I'm good.
All right. I lay down, and as a somebody who grew up on a farm, immediately fall asleep.
All right. So he'll mute off, and then we'll have Doric.
Yep.
Please give me a perception check.
Okay. That is a 23.
A 23.
Sir. And as was pointed out earlier, I don't have a problem seeing in the darker times.
Okay, so you're looking around this clearing. You're watching that direction you're told to watch, kind of looking around some of the trees in that area.
Mhm.
You don't really notice anything special. You hear a little bit of, you hear like a lot of some of the trees rustle, some of the wind blow.
Can I glance around a little bit just to see if it's other places, since he said they may have noticed him noticing them?
Mhm.
Should I do another perception for that?
Yes, please.
21.
You do not see anybody.
Poke at it. That is the fire just pretty much coals at this point.
Yeah, I'd say you probably need to address it.
So I'll kind of go just around the camp a little bit, find a little bit more wood around to add to the fire, and pick up a few branches and then come back and just to kind of keep the fire going and poke at it a little bit to make sure it's there and doesn't go out.
Yeah. So you're able to keep the fire going, keep yourself nice nice to where you want to be comfortably warm. The berm does give you a pretty good shield from the wind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to have a pretty relaxing, pretty calm watch.
Okay.
Like I said, you didn't really see anything from what you were told was watching. You don't really see any evidence of that.
Okay.
And then, if you have nothing else you'd like to do while you're on watch, we can have you wake up Theo.
Yeah, I'm good because I'm gonna prep my spells in the morning when I wake up. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll wake up Theo.
All right, so I will. All right, so Doric's gonna go wake up Theo.
Go over, start tapping him in the foot to wake him up.
Is it that time already?
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but the guy said he thinks somebody was watching us from some trees over there to the southwest, and I point over towards the trees, but I didn't see anything. I walked around a little bit, got some more firewood to keep it going, but I didn't see anything.
I'm also pretty sure guy's crazy, so...
Well, that's without being said. He talks to himself. So I'll, having relayed that, I will let Theo begin his watch, and I'll go headphones off.
Alrighty. So Theo.
Theo, first thing he does is gets his armor back on.
Okay.
Because he can't
I
sleep
also
in
need
it.
Theo. Yep. I also need Theo to roll a perception check, please.
Perception. Please don't be bad. Oh, 19.
Okay. This one, too. Okay. So while you're on your watch, you would be at when the sun is starting to rise. So you'll see and hear some critters kind of starting to move around, starting to wake up.
Right.
So the forest starts to kind of wake up around you. You hear the trees kind of sway, and some of the limbs would blow, the leaves would blow. But the berm keeps you shielded from a lot of the wind coming in, so it doesn't kind of blast you with any kind of cold. You might get a little bit because you're a little taller, just kind of blasting you in the face, but it's not bad. And let's see, you got that. Actually, do something on that first. Let's do this guy. Alright, so I'd say as you are nearing the end of your watch in the morning, so it says it's getting close to where you're going to wake everybody else to start the day,
Yep.
you would spot a short tree that is at the edge of the clearing that you don't remember seeing before.
He would definitely take note of this. Is he getting his gut feeling that he gets when shit's about to be crazy?
No, there's just now a tree that wasn't there previously.
I'm not taking any chances. He starts kicking everybody awake. All right. I think it's time to get up, guys. His eyes have not left that tree yet.
Okay. So I will let them know real quick.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hello. Honk shoe, honk shoe. Or is it a honk
All right,
me,
so,
me, 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 me?
So Theo, you can wake them up
Yeah.
for now when you're ready.
Theo kicks you both awake, very gently, but like get the fuck up kind of kick.
I don't think kicking and gently are really...
You've never lived in my household.
Listen, a kick is still
that's-
very abrupt. It doesn't matter how quote-unquote
It's like
gentle
a-
it is.
It's like a side kick that you would do for bunting a
Kind of
kickball.
a tap.
Like, get up. It's hard and firm, but it's not like going to hurt.
Now I'm just imagining you standing on your bed and quote-unquote gently kicking Becca.
This is back when I was a kid, but okay. Yeah, he makes but his eyes have yet to leave this awkwardly short tree that shouldn't be there.
How awkwardly short.
Paul, I would consider anything less than 6 feet awkwardly short.
I think it's a
Well,
shrub.
So
Like, where is it, though?
So there is so I'll explain the tree a little bit. So at the edge of the clearing where you were all told that there is something watching, there is now a tree that is about 7 foot tall that's now on the edge of the clearing. Previously, this tree was not there. The trees around this clearing are, the shortest tree is about 20 feet tall. So this very short tree all of a sudden is here.
I think that's a shrubber. A shrub. A shrubbery? That definitely wasn't
I don't
there
trust
before.
And as you are all watching this tree, you'll see it raise up slightly and run into the woods. And that's where we're going to end the...
Okay, running into the
Wait,
woods
the
is
tree runs into the tree? Wait.
If a tree runs to the woods, how many bricks am I shitting? Hey, well, I'm gonna be completely honest. Running into the woods is a lot less scary than a tree running towards the group.
Yeah.
I-
Not gonna argue there.
Shit.
I don't know if I've stated in
Here's
the
the thing.
podcast.
Theo was prepared to fight a tree. Like, he
I'm
didn't give a fuck.
Hey, tree!
So I was...
Screw you!
I would say before the tree takes off, you all hear, it's the sound. It almost sounds like a woodpecker, but not quite like a
Like
woodpecker.
Woody the Woodpecker? Like, or like
No,
legit?
Like a woodpecker, yeah, like a woodpecker pecking at a tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sort of rumble sound. You would hear that, and then right after you hear that, you see the tree get up and then run into the forest to the west.
Well, that's two things that have run away from us.
The bear
And to the west again.
oh my god, it was a druid.
But like I said, that is where we're going to end. So, please do your things to wrap it all up.
Right. So if you are also concerned about running shrubbery and muck in the woods just completely without supervision, you can talk to us about it in Discord. It's this neat little app. You can post memes specifically about shrubbery. I will only accept shrubbery memes. But yeah, we'll be there to talk about the show, whatever you want, for the most part. Hope to see you there.
And on whatever your podcaster or podcatcher, I guess, really is what it is, of choice. Be sure to give us a rating. If you like what we're doing, give us 5 shrubs. If you don't, give us less. Let us know how we're doing. Give us a review. We'd love to hear ways we can improve. So, yeah, give us that rating.
We definitely like to see lots of foliage.
And if Discord's not really your thing, and you don't really feel like giving a rating of any kind, you can always join us on our social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's Fatrest for all 3. We're always there. We've actually been a lot more active on Facebook and Instagram lately, so give us a holler. We'll reach out.
Did you seriously just say Facebook?
I was also going to call him out on that text. We love you.
I did.
Okay, boomer.
I said it on purpose.
The only way that would have been worse is if you said the YouTube.
Oh my god. All right. On that bombshell, please definitely, if you like it, like they all said there's all your choices there. Also, please, if you could, share it with a friend, and they can share it with a friend, and then they share it with 3 friends. And I'm not going to the pyramid scheme. I just thought it'd be a fun joke. And we would like to welcome you on this journey with us. And I guess I need to give the topic of the week.
What's your favorite
So,
drop?
I was actually going to tie this in. I want to know, share with me a story of some weird plant shenanigans that your GM has thrown at you in previous games. Or if you're a GM, share some weird plant shenanigans. Or share it from a book. What's your favorite book? What kind of weird plant shenanigans happen in there? Let's have some weird plant shenanigans from fantasy books and games and whatnot. Have you all come along to a conversation.
Oh.
And as we always say,
We love you.
We love you.
Love
we love you.
Bye.
Bye.